Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are today flying the 777 and this is the PMDG version. I'm also going to do a flight a bit later with the flight factor version. Maybe not today, but soon enough. I think it'll be my next video, unless I have to do a virtual airline video in between. And we're flying from Malaysia Airlines, and we are flying we're following flight sim dispatch, so we're doing this flight, the one from winter 09 from Sydney airport to Brisbane. There's also a summer 23 from Sydney to, or sorry, this was to Melbourne. Sorry, we're doing this one. We're doing the Sydney to Brisbane one. Doesn't seem like there was any other, but interesting. So they've done a couple of these, but I guess yeah, it seems to be part of a leg, right? So probably, you know, just repositioning the flight for the route home or for the flight home. But yeah, Malaysia Airlines, interesting airline. The 777 has, I guess, a bad rep with this airline because of the accidents it's been involved in. Not, of course, the airline's fault in any way. One was shot down by Russian sponsored separatists, and the other one was, yeah, rogue pilot, I guess, is the conclusion as of now, but I guess it's a bit unclear as of yet, but must have been deliberate action, or that seems to be the kind of most accepted theory as of now. But yeah, I do kind of just because it got so much news coverage, I think this kind of livery is kind of imprinted. When I see this livery, I always think of those accidents, and I thought it would be fun then to do a flight with it. I haven't actually used the Malaysia Airlines livery at any point before flying different kind of aircrafts. So yeah, enough background. What else can I mention though? Well, I guess we are at the Sydney airport, the Flight Tampa one. Looks very good. We have the Orbex scenery for Sydney. We have the Orbex scenery for Australia, together with with this weird kind of photoreal mesh with land class thingy that will show photoreal the higher up you go. It's very good for kind of saving space. And then when you go down low, you still get the nice crisp land class. So it's a very good solution. And yeah, we also have the Orbex Brisbane Cityscape and then the Orbex Brisbane Airport. In terms of the PMDG 777, I think this is their oldest, well maybe the DC6 is kind of their oldest, or at least for P3D version 5 was kind of their oldest variant or aircraft type that they sold, was the 777, because I guess the DC6 was only for P3D version 4, even though it works in P3D version 5. So it's not as good looking as, let's say, the 747 or the 737, but it's still pretty nice looking. They kind of promised a better cockpit, etc., and then just never delivered. Gotta love how some of these companies operate, but it's still a good model, and I kind of like it a lot actually. I like it enough that I haven't felt compelled to fly the flight factor more than I do. But let's see, maybe after this this video it will change. It's always good to compare and see kind of what one prefers. But yeah, to be specific, also this is the 777-200ER, and it's that one is very nice in the sense that it has this all kind of different engine options: Rolls-Royce, GE, which I guess is the most common one for the 777, and then the Pratt & Whitneys. But yeah, it's a very nice external model. Delivery also seems to have been done pretty nicely. You know, some fluctuate, but I mean, having done my own liveries, it's never gonna be completely perfect. Some are, so there are some good painters out there, but not everyone. And I think this model holds up pretty well. It's nothing. I mean, the Flight Factor one, once we showcase that one, it's yeah, that's a great one. But this one isn't too shabby, considering kind of that it's an old model, and that it's in P3D, which doesn't do justice to some of these great aircrafts to the same extent that the X-Plane 12 does, I would say. And I would guess also Microsoft Flight Sim does pretty nice in terms of the aircraft's exterior, even though I've never flown that. But you know, at some point I might get that just to fly the Fokkers, etc. Some of those planes that I don't think will arrive anytime soon to X-Plane 12. But yeah, not much else to mention. Great looking bird. We can jump in, get started, and see where this flight takes us. Let's see if we have a nice... looks like we haven't done the camera settings. That's a bit unfortunate. The best way to do that then is to open up chase... No, not immersion. Chase plane. Okay, and that's something to mention. I do have, I think some minor mods for the cockpit. No sound mods, but I do have the immersion package from Parallel 42. So that does make it, of course, look a bit better in terms of the effects that you won't get with the default aircraft, which I think is good to mention, so that none of you wonders why I'm not getting those kind of effects. Okay, and let's see. I'm gonna just change some of these viewpoints a bit. This one is a bit hard to place, but I think that will be fine. Okay, we have one from the front as well. Okay, let's do it like this. I need to remove those transition effects as well. Forgetting to do that. So we can maybe fix the viewpoints first and then remove the transition effects. It's a bit annoying having to do this, but it's just a result of kind of the weird camera system of P3D. Or maybe not P3D, but kind of how Chaseplane interprets it. Let's see. Okay, I think I've done most of them now. No transitions anymore. Good. Then we can pick this viewpoint. Sydney is actually a pretty nice airport by flight time, but you even have some of the interior here. McDonald's. I mean, you don't usually get this with... I mean, of course, this is not everything. It's just a small portion, but still pretty cool. Never been to this airport, but I assume it's kind of close to that. And also two jetways connected. One of the great features of P3D. Okay, let's jump inside the cockpit, get stuff started up. And I actually have a checklist that I got from Aviation Lads that I'm gonna check. So, batteries on, cockpit lights as required. C1 and C2 primary pump switches off, demand pump selectors off, wipers off. Okay, a bit of weird checks here. Bus tie switches to let me see, auto. Yeah, those are on auto. If external power, and actually that's something that I'm now noticing we don't actually have. And the way to get that is then by doing this. Requesting that connection. We might have to set some other settings as well. I do have my hardware FMC that I'm hoping to be able to use. Okay, let's put the primary one on. We're actually, before we do the FS actions, let's wait for everything to kind of start up. Okay, so we're getting that preliminary pre-flight. So the Adiru should wait 30 seconds, then on. Just go ahead and put it on. Parking brake is set, 80 is obtained, CDU set up. Okay, so we have quite a bit to do. And now we're getting these as well, that's good. Okay, I don't need to increase the brightness. It's weird though, I can increase it here, but it's But when I increase it from my hardware one, it doesn't seem to have an effect on the... Okay, small differences. We'll go quickly to aircraft. I have some specific setups I usually want. For example, why no EFB? That's a weird one. Let me see. There's always something working against one. There we go. Now we have the EFB. That's a bit annoying. Some other things we want to fix is standby instruments. I do like to have them separate, even though maybe that's a bit of an old way. You can even choose with the clock type though if you want to have the analog or digital. I'll keep analog. RAS installed. Bank angle callout. Maybe good to have that. You can put all these other callouts as well. I kind of like, you know, doesn't hurt to have more, I think, even though I'm not sure if it's common, right? And then let's see, that's the equipment. Then displays, pounds and Celsius, that's fine. Yeah, I think this is all looking pretty good. So we then do options instead, simulation. And now we're gonna hear the nice startup sound. Yeah, really like this. It does add to the immersion a bit. Let me see here. Okay, we can do time compression. I don't think we want to do crazy. We'll do 4x. Let me see. Jokes, yeah, we keep those hidden, even though they don't move, so that's a bit annoying, but kind of prefer that. Yeah, we have a lag to inputs, maybe that makes sense. We can do IRS options as well, we'll keep it realistic. Performance wise, I don't think we need to tweak anything, so that should be it in terms of setting this up. We can then go back to the FS actions. We can start opening some of the doors. The first one, we have the second one open. We can open all the cargo ones. We can get pack X started, I think. And let me just open the SimBrief flight plans so we get this data correct. Not gonna be too many packs today, so that's pretty nice actually. We're gonna go pretty high to 41,000. Let's see what the block time, 136, so let's put 2 hours, that's gonna be fine. We might use a bit of time compression, let's see. Time until takeoff, we'll do 50 minutes. We're flying the 777-200, 193 I think will be fine. 2009, we don't have Wi-Fi. Let's see also how loud these Pack X ones are. I've never used the Malaysia Airlines one. Also a reason to fly Malaysia Air, just to test these safety and boarding music options. Hopefully they work fine though. But let's see. Yeah, pretty loud music. Hopefully not too bad. Let's see. We'll request boarding. We'll also set the fuel and payload. We'll do 30, 7.1. Yeah, there we go. Now we need to attach the pushback tug. Payload. We're already on board, so no need to adjust. Okay, 3, 4, 8 is supposedly the 0 fuel. Yeah, that seemed to have worked good. Nav data out of date. Yeah, that's not surprising. But yeah, so far so good. The cockpit, you can see, is not really the best. It could have really used an upgrade, but I mean, I'm pretty happy. To be honest, I don't need much better. The only thing I would want is the rain effects, because I really like that. That's the immersion, but it's not a deal breaker for me. You can keep the seatbelt signs on auto, or off, I guess, technically. Let me see, we're still doing the CDU. EFIS control panel, anything we need to set. I guess technically we do have the checklist, right? So we should check the oxygen. Yeah, looks fine. I'm gonna assume the flight officer does the rest. MCP. I'm just gonna set this one. We need to actually talk, I think, to the IFR clearance or to the ground controllers a bit at this point to get our departure, etc. All of that information. And let me see, we're doing a Boeing, we're flying heavy, but we're flying with not KLM, we're flying Malaysia. And that's Malaysian, good. And here you can see the flight plan, nothing extraordinary. It's gonna be a very nice view here with this Brisbane and Gold Coast cityscape. And then of course with the Sydney cityscape departing. So yeah, not a short flight, but not too long. Cruising altitude seems to be wrong though, so we need to adjust that. So always pay attention to these things. We won't do anything else, we'll just try to follow what we get from the tower and or from the ATC. Good, we'll connect to the sim. While we wait for the connection, we can have a look again if there's anything we're missing. Emergency lights. Those should be armed, of course. Fire overheat. And that seems to be working. And then you can do all these different tests, indicator lights, etc. I'm not gonna bother with all of those. Packs can be on auto, only if GSU not connected. Well, let's keep it on auto then. We now have the boarding process started, so that's cool. There we have another wide body taking off. We have some United. Is it the China Southern Airlines, that one? Or Southern China Airlines? There are some interesting ones. I think I saw even Finnair was here. I have around 50% AI now, so a bit more than usual, but we're gonna be flying close to the coast. I felt it was okay. Yeah, look at that. Even a Finnair, and that's the A330-300. So that might be the one that's been kind of leased out to Qantas, I think. So let's just put ourselves back to our previous viewpoint. I should save some of these viewpoints so I don't have to do it all the time, but you know, easier said than done. Easier to be lazy, in other words. Let me see, anything else? The altimeters, we should set those. And we're actually on no com as of now. We need to put this on. If I remember correctly. And then we can switch, I think. Oh no, it didn't work. Is it because you can't? Oh, sorry, it's because of this one. It's connected to the second one. Still nothing. Oh. Hopefully we didn't botch the engine now. One thing we can also check, actually talking about that, is the failures, right? Doesn't seem like we have any failures. I think it was on service based and yeah, random. Okay, so that's good. Now we just need to figure out how to get the ATC to work in our favor. Okay, I can't switch myself, that's the issue. Okay, good to know at least. So the EC clearance is 1338. Malaysian 4003 heavy, ready to copy, IFR clearance. Oh no. For some reason my output device let's see if it changes after this one has been.
Malaysian
Yeah, now it's changed to my headphones, that's good.
Cleared to Yankee Bravo Bravo November.
Okay,
Fly the
19.
7 departure with the awesome transition then as filed.
The awesome transition.
Climb to flight level 190 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 5 minutes after departure. Sydney departure on 123.0. Score 4160.
As we're following the checklist, I'm not gonna do the
Malaysian for 003 heavy
what's it called, the transponder, put that on yet.
1019er. Contact Sydney ground on 126.5. When ready for pushback, have a good morning.
Never understood what these do,
QNH is 1019er. Ground on 126.5.
1019er.
Malaysian 4003 heavy.
Okay, they're all linked, so that's nice. Saves us a bit of time. You can put the flight directors on, I think. We need to enter inertial position, so we'll just take the left one. Or can I do that? That doesn't seem like it's working, so we'll just take this GPS position, put it in. Then we can put in our route, or at least our origin and destination. YBBN. So that's our destination. We are taking off from runway 16 left. Hopefully it aligns with the AI, but we'll know that at a later stage. Okay, 16 left. There we go. Flight number, we'll just put our call sign, because that's what I always put in here. Okay, good. Then another thing, we can do the performance one. You can check the airport map though. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a taxi. So we're going here to 16 left. Probably something like this. Yeah, let's see. Or maybe like that. But okay, good to know and be aware of. Documents. Let's see if we have the airport for Brisbane. Yes, we do. And pretty new ones as well. September 25. Very nice. So we'll have some really fresh. Let's check that we do actually have the approach plate. Yeah, looks like we do. Okay, not gonna complain. That's very nice. We can go to the performance page. Hydraulics, etc. So quite a lot of things that we need to set up. I think we can put this to normal. Maybe we can keep the heading on 1.6 since we're taking off from 16 left. Okay, anything else? You can test weather radar, etc. Pre-flight, heading altimeter, yeah. Fuel controls, they should be in cutoff, which they are. Okay, and then we jump into before start. So I'm gonna add some things here that we didn't do. Or let me see actually. Yeah, they don't seem to have. I think these can go to auto. We'll need one pump, I think, or I'm not sure to be honest, but I always assume we need to start the APU. Okay, seems like GSX is pretty done with the boarding. I don't think we're close even with PACX. Let me check, I'm gonna expedite. 12 minutes, yeah, still some ways to go. But okay, but we haven't yet gotten that far anyway. We need to still put in our data into the flight plan, to be honest. We can start with the departure one. And we got Kevin 7 with the OSEM transition. So we'll put that in. After that one we have Y193 to Banda. It's not gonna be a long flight, this one. I was actually looking first to doing a nice, a bit of a longer flight with a virtual airline and then use the time compression. But the problem is that they are all so long, so even if you use time compression, it's probably like a 3-hour flight. I could do it if it was 2 hours and plus or minus. But yeah, I don't. It's a problem with life. You never have time, right, to do enough. And those long flights, that's a full day, right? Just easier to do the quick ones. We are actually not getting a star according to this one. So I'm a bit confused actually. How or what's the plan? We're just gonna get to BN. Well, we're gonna just have to listen for a star. We'll activate this and execute. I'll go to the initref and I'll put in the data. Sorry for the little beeping, it's GSX telling us to close the doors. It's a bit annoying since I can't do it yet because of PACX. They don't always align. 0 fuel. Our reserves are at 5.4. Cruising altitude is high, 41,000. Cost index of 2.7. And let's see, trust limiter. All of this info we need to now get from the EFB. Easy, 16 left. It's dry conditions, we can derate it a bit, I think. Flaps 5, aircon auto, auto. Do we have 80s as an option? No, doesn't seem like it. Oh, and they did contact ground on when ready for pushback. Interesting. They So my co-pilot just ignored making the change, so I'll make it myself. Not the best, but oh well. We'll check active sky for the weather. So 1-5 at 4. Pretty good weather. I'm kind of coming from the direction we're taking off from. Outside air temperature 20 degrees Celsius. QNH of 1019. Is it because it's Fahrenheit? 10. Yeah, that's why. Okay, 1019. Takeoff weight is estimated at 383,600. And the CG we got, let me have a look here at payload, 26.7. We can calculate, see what data we get. Okay. And the best way, I think, is actually to keep this open. You won't see the FMC, but it will make it a bit easier for me. Flaps is 5. Thrust is at a selected temp of 58. CG of 26.7. Not sure it would care about that. Yeah, 27. It rounds up. Takeoff weight of 383.6. So we are using this value and we're populating it into the FMC. Winds 150 at 4. Slope 0. There could be slope runways, right? But oh well. Not something that's ordinary used or was used by the payware developers. In a kind of way, they kind of got lazy at the end and then they all jumped ship. Let me see, 20 degrees Celsius. Still seeing a bit of, I mean the values are the same, but yeah, a bit of a discrepancy. So we're supposed to be at 119 with V1 and then 126 and 135. Hopefully these values are reasonable. Okay, good. Let's check the flight plan as well in terms of some CBs, but northern doesn't seem to be coming our way, so it should all be fine. Anything else we need to do? We can maybe check 6 minutes left. We should have the APU running now, so we can put all of these on. Anything else? APU is on auto. We can remove the primary one. Get the ground connection. Release that. We can also close, I guess, the cargo doors. Remove the wheel chocks. We'll keep the ones for the boarding itself, or the jetways and those doors open. Closing the cargo doors. One thing we didn't do, nav lights. Those should be on. The green and red one. And the doors are closing. It's nice with 50% at the big airport because you're always seeing some traffic doing something. And it's always nice specifically at like a flight Tampa one. Because there is a lot of things happening. Okay, let's see, I can close flights or FS dispatch. Quickly gonna check it's looking okay in the recording tool. Hydraulic pressure, close. Or was that in the checklist that those should be turned off at a later stage? Now that's weird. You're supposed to check that they are off, but then then there's no checklist and this one to turn them back on. That's odd. But okay, we'll still have this as a kind of backup tool. Okay, before start, we haven't closed. We know these, we know these, we know these. Yeah, this one we need to set 575. So now we're at 5. Yeah, that's gonna do. Taxi and takeoff briefing. Yeah, looks good enough, I would say. We'll prepare for pushback and departure as well with GSX and talk with ATC about that. Malaysian 4003 Heavy, ready for pushback and engine start. Nothing, let's have our co-pilot do it.
Ground, Malaysian 4003 Heavy ready for pushback and engine start.
A fairer voice than mine.
Malaysian 4003 Heavy, this is Sydney ground, go ahead.
This gets me so mad.
Ground, Malaysian 4003 Heavy ready for pushback.
Huh? It
Malaysian
worked.
4003 Heavy, pushback approved.
Pushback
Y
approved.
pushback approved.
Yeah, why
Malaysian
pushback approved?
4003 Heavy.
One does wonder. A bit funny actually. Is this a Qantas? Hard to see from above to be honest, but maybe it's a 777 parked at our spot. We can put the TFC on here so we don't forget that. I'll also put the data and do the same on our first officer's position. I'll check again. 2 minutes to go. We can do a public address. I think it's time to put those two on. And then let's see. We can move away from this one, go to the airport map instead. And let's see, actually let's ask for the taxi clearance before we do anything. Malaysian 4003 Heavy, ready to taxi. It doesn't get those final requests, I don't know why, but it feels like the update has made it worse.
Ground, Malaysian 4003 Heavy ready to taxi.
Okay, I'm gonna close the rest of the doors now. So closing all the doors.
Malaysian 4003 Heavy taxi to runway 16 left via Alpha, Golf, Bravo, Bravo 8, Charlie, Bravo 10.
Yeah, so
Hold short
they're giving us
runways
this
16
one.
right, 2516
Not
left.
too surprising. We'll have to hold shorts.
Taxi to runway
So I guess that's
16
the
left
interesting
via
part.
Alpha, Golf, Bravo, Bravo 8, Charlie, Bravo 10. Hold short runways 16 right,
Closed and locked.
16 left Malaysian 4003 Heavy.
We'll put the beacon light on again. Sorry, we want the checklist. Yeah, before taxi is gonna be the next one. We're parked a bit back. We should be here. Interesting. But not the end of the world. There is a GSX config file, I think Inibuilds has one. Possibly also the one I bought from Cartagena. So should get those set up. But some aren't that good. But most of them do add some improvement. And there we have a Jetstar 787, cool. And we're going down here, right, and then taking off. So not towards the city unfortunately, but oh well, not the end of the world. Won't be as scenic. Okay, gears locking. I think everything is looking fine. Let me just double check before start. Flight deck doors on auto with passenger signs, MCP set, takeoff speed set, CDU pre-flight set, trim set, taxi and takeoff briefing. We're following, I guess, the route, so that's completed. Beacon on. MCP speed should be set to V2. Okay. Learning something new. 135. We'll do nose left, tail right.
Release parking brakes, please.
We'll release the parking brakes.
Push. All engines clear. Start at will.
All engines clear. We'll start at will. Now let's stay inside for this as I haven't heard the Malaysian safety video. Or at least let's try to stay inside for most of it. Okay, the engines are starting. Maybe not the best, maybe we can keep this one. Quickly jumping out, looking good. Bit different values, not sure if I like these. I think I like the G ones more.
As we take you through some important safety features specific to this aircraft, as it may differ from other types of aircraft. Put your baggage in the overhead compartments or under the seat in front of you. It's important to keep the aisles and exits
Yeah,
clear.
values are rising.
Fasten your seatbelt
That's
by
nice.
pushing the two metal ends together until they click and pull to tighten. To undo, lift them back. You should be seated with your seatbelt fastened and visible even when the seatbelt sign is off. Infant seatbelts are available in this aircraft. Fasten your seatbelt like this and pull to tighten.
Okay,
Pull the harness and connect into the connector.
I think we have a successful start on the right engine. Let's do a left one.
Landing only. As we're now preparing for takeoff, please enable the flight mode feature on your personal devices. All electronic devices
Okay,
must
not
be
the
switched
most
off
interesting
immediately
safety
after
one.
takeoff.
Kind of generic.
This time, small devices may be handheld or
Maybe
carried.
an international version
Large
as well.
devices such as laptops
I like the
must
one
be
where they
seated.
have the local language
If you
and
drop your personal devices in between seats,
and
do not
English.
attempt to retrieve. Call your cabin crew for help. Put your seat upright and armrest down. Stow your tray table.
But yeah, we're a bit off here with all these Qantas, etc. And we're flying Malaysia Airlines. But it is
This flight even
real
aircraft
life route.
cigarettes, and that includes the toilets where sensitive smoke detectors are installed. Tampering with the smoke detector is an offense.
How did
If there's
they...
a change in cabin pressure, the
Let me
oxygen
check
mask
this.
will drop. Be seated.
God
Pull the
damn,
mask firmly towards you.
they put us
Place
in
the
a dumb
mask over your
position.
nose.
We're supposed to turn that way, but okay.
Put your mask on first before helping others. If the
We can
cockpit is
confirm that we have a good engine start. Hit the legs page.
first class, business class, and toilets, you may need to pull the red streamer to release the
We can do
mask.
terrain on the
If
right
required
one.
to wear the life jacket, it can be found here
Let's see.
or here.
After start,
Tear the bag.
checklist or before
Slip over your
taxi.
head. Pass the
Takeoff
tape around the
flaps
waist.
should be set
Attach
to
the buckle.
the ones we
Pull the
have.
loose end to tighten.
Flaps 5 in
Inflate
this
your life
case.
jacket at the exit before leaving the aircraft by pulling the red tab.
Set captain's
Blow into the
display
steam
to
inflate
flight
further and use
controls.
the whistle to attract attention. This light will automatically come on when in water. Put the jacket on yourself first before helping someone else. We also have life jackets for infants.
Not so sure how to...
Emergency landing. Brace yourself like this. This.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to switch that actually. Interesting.
Until the aircraft comes to a complete stop.
Probably possible to do it,
Adults
just me
should
being
brace
dumb.
like this.
Rejected
When
takeoff, yeah.
instructed to evacuate, follow these slides to the exit. The exits are shown clearly. This aircraft has 8 exits.
Let's put this on as well,
Please
just so we don't
familiarize
forget
yourself with the
doing
exits
that.
nearest to you. It could be behind you. If you have to use any
Elevators
navigation slide,
seem to be
remove your
working.
heels as they may
Same
tear the
with
slide.
ailerons.
Take all your belongings. Move quickly to the nearest exit and
Rudder
jump on the slide.
seems
Move
to
away
be
from the
working.
aircraft when you reach the ground. In the event of a water landing, the slide will serve
Runway
as a
turn
ramp.
of
Be
lights.
seated as it separates
Taxi
from the
lights.
aircraft.
We'll turn off the APU.
Instructions at all times. All our safety features are in the safety
LNAV and
information card in
VNAV
the
will
seat
arm
pocket.
those.
Please take a few moments to read it carefully, even if you're a frequent flyer, while our
And
cabin crew conducts their final checks.
that should be it, to be
Enjoy
honest.
your flight.
We'll do this one. AK. Oh, start the clock. Only one clock here. Okay, good. Weather radar on our end. And what's that? Is that a Air Asia? Is that the Malaysian flag, or am I maybe I'm tripping? Okay, let's see. We can release the parking brake. So we got the taxi clearance. Are we moving forward, or do we need a bit of thrust? Does seem like we might need a bit of thrust. Probably not a lot. Let's see if we can do this turn. We'll try our best. So I don't wanna let that Air Asia aircraft wait on us. But yeah, so far so good. The one thing I like about the PMDG aircraft, even though this one doesn't look as good as the 737, is that they just have a nice kind of look on them. You know, it's not too glossy, or it's just perfect in a way. Okay, we are turning. Seems like we made it actually. That's nice. Not sure if the real aircraft could do this, but potentially, I guess. Yeah, let's see. Can we get back on the yellow line somewhat at least? And now the Air Asia one can move. And what does the livery say? Now everyone can fly extra long. What? Really? You don't say? Any nice views you wanna keep for the takeoff? Now we can maybe set that a bit closer to. We can maybe keep this one for now. Okay,
Malaysian
let's see, we're on the move.
4003
A bit of
heavy
lag,
cross,
but it's
runway
probably just
16
kind of
right.
heavy scenery. And we have a lot of
Clear to
AI
cross
aircraft.
runway 16 right.
Okay, we got
Malaysian 4003
clearance to cross.
heavy.
But we will put on our landing lights and strobe, just to make sure that they can see us.
Caroline, I see you up there. Singapore advises they require to start numbers 1 and 4.
We should be able to turn before that other aircraft, but let's see.
Okay, thank you, Caroline.
And now we just need to get the clearance to turn on the next one and across the runway. Gonna brake a bit, don't wanna go too fast as we're turning.
Malaysian 4003 heavy cross, runway 07.
And we got another clearance to
Clear
cross.
to cross runway 07. Malaysian 4003
And we'll continue down
heavy.
this pad for a while. So far so good. We can maybe throttle down a bit. Let's try to get them synchronized somewhat, the engines. Easier said than done though. And let's try to get on the yellow line. But yeah, very beautiful scenery, the Flight Tampa one. They probably do make the best airports. I mean, their Amsterdam and their Copenhagen is really good. The Kaitak one I also want, actually. I need to get that at some point. But I'm kind of now building out my payware collection for Japan. So I'm hoping to have it ready soon. I've gotten 2 payware airports for Japan, a bunch of freeware ones, done ortho, got the Samsi in Osaka, but I'm taking it a bit slow there, you know, waiting for the right discounts. but I'm hoping to buy some of the Taiwan airports from Paxim, right? And some of their Japanese ones as well. But that will probably be closer to, maybe next year I'll fly a bit more Japan, Taiwan and Hong Kong area. I also want to get the Gibson scenery for China, because then I can do most of the Chinese airports with the same kind of land class slash photoreal solution, which I kind of like. Okay, so far so good. Taxiing to the runway, slow and steady. Hopefully our co-pilot will though be able to switch. We need to pay attention to that. If there is no switching of the frequency, we need to do it manually. It's not the end of the world, but it's easy to miss it. And actually the flight isn't that long, it's 444 nautical miles. And considering the altitude we'll be at, I mean, it might not even be worth to do any time compression, not even, you know, it's just a risk, right? I think I did it once with the 777, the 300ER when I flew from Dubai to Kabul. It was a nice flight, to be honest. It's a very cool approach, the Kabul one. Or at least I think so, with the mountains. Okay.
Singapore 7122, there's going to be about a 5-minute delay for that. You need to wait for the tractor that's currently on base 2.
Let's see. I think we have forgotten before taxi. I think we have all of the things set. Yeah, the anti-ice is on auto as well. Weather radars. We've kept the strobe, etc. All that on. Have we gotten the handover yet to the tower? Not yet, right? So we are gonna brake a bit. Cool with those lights as well. Malaysian 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff. It still doesn't. I just need to use the co-pilot, to be honest.
Ground. Malaysian 4003 heavy ready for departure.
You can let it move a bit more forward, I think.
Malaysian 4003 heavy contact Sydney Tower on 119.45.
Tower on 119.45. Malaysian 4003 heavy.
No luck. We'll have to do it ourselves. 119.45. That will add a bit to our workload, unfortunately.
Tower.
I might have to use
Malaysian
autopilot earlier than I would
4003
want.
heavy ready for departure.
Malaysian 4003 heavy winds are 137 at 4 knots. Runway 16 left cleared for takeoff.
This voice is the worst one. I don't know why they keep this voice, because the other ones sound good.
Runway 16 left cleared for takeoff. Squawking
Okay, takeoff clearance
416
received.
Malaysian 4003 heavy.
The interesting thing is some people say the sound is pretty bad for the PMDG 777 in P3D, but I mean, I've heard better ones, but I don't think it's that bad. Maybe it's the kind of immersion. Okay, looks like some of these other planes are taking off from 16 right. I hope this doesn't mean that this is the one they're landing at. Guess it could be. I will get to the center of the runway. Find a nice viewpoint. Or is this so nice? I usually use the engine one. Maybe there's a nicer... I don't know, actually. Hard to find a good viewpoint. I'll just use the engine one. Okay, let's go. Geronimo, let's do it. Toga set. Airspeed alive, I can affirm. 80 knots checked. And pretty nice sounds though. Not rotate. Let's not rotate too fast. Okay. Positive rate of climb. Gear is coming up. Yeah, looking good. Looking very nice also with all those cities in the background. Okay, and the gear is up. Things are looking good. We can already go to flaps 0. No point pushing it. Yeah, very nice airport, not gonna lie. And just nice with the cityscape.
Heavy contact Sydney departure on 123.0.
And I'm already gonna have to actually go to
Departure on 123.0.
autopilot.
Malaysian 4003
So that sucks a bit.
heavy.
1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go.
Departure Malaysian 4003 heavy. Climbing to flight level 190.
We can turn these off.
Malaysian for 003 heavy, this is Sydney departure, go ahead.
Yeah, very nice the scenery here, Orbex. And very lovely with all these boats. Maybe this should be our... This was a pretty good picture actually. Climbing from Sydney. Okay. Let's check if we've got any other clearances. Contact Melbourne Centre
Malaysian
129.
for 003 heavy contact Melbourne Centre on 129.8.
0.8.
Center on 129.8. Center Malaysian 4003 heavy. Climbing to flight level 190.
Malaysian 4003 heavy, this is
We'll
Melbourne
go to
Centre,
standard. So far so good. Soon it should look like photoreal. You can already see it kind of taking over. Let's see. Okay, we're climbing soon 10,000 feet. That means changing the flaps. No, flaps changing the lights. Goddamn. Flaps should be at 0 already. But where did it go? There was some interesting thread on Flight Sim on Reddit. I was gonna mention that, but now I can't find it, of course. Let's see. Okay, we're at 10,000, so let's do our duty. Shut the landing lights. We'll also put the seatbelt sign to off. continue our climb otherwise. Well, maybe there wasn't anything interesting. It's always when you see some interesting thread and Reddit decides to update. It's cool to see some of these VR flights in Microsoft flights. I mean, they look really realistic, their cockpits. I'll give them that. Like, super realistic. But yeah, now my Reddit's just filled with boring news about Prince Andrew losing his titles. Guess that's the consequence of parting with Jeffrey Epstein. Or Epstein, not sure how to pronounce it. Papa.
Malaysian 4003 heavy climb and maintain flight level 290.
Climb and maintain flight level 290. Malaysian 4003 heavy.
Papa. Okay, we are still climbing, but not much. Oh, we got another flight level. And I need to pay attention, so I'm gonna forget or miss when they give us another frequency to move on or move to. Let's see how it looks now. And now it's looking pretty good. Getting that photoreal looks better the higher you get.
Malaysian 4003 heavy climb and maintain flight level 290.
Climb and make
Malaysian 4003 heavy contact Melbourne Centre on 133.8.
Center on 133.8. Malaysian 4003 heavy.
Okay, center on 1338. Melbourne.
Center Malaysian 4003 heavy. Climbing to flight
Weird
level
how they work. You would
290.
think it would be some Sydney variant of the center since we're flying
Malaysian
north, not towards Melbourne, but
heavy,
okay.
This is Melbourne Centre, go ahead.
Seeing some nice boats with their wakes behind. Looks pretty dope. But the water at this altitude, not sure how realistic it is.
And maintain flight level 290.
Oh, maybe not too bad. I have it on ultra because I like how it
Climb and
looks low.
maintain flight level 290.
Oh,
Malaysian
290. Need to
4003
continue
heavy.
climbing. Sorry, let's see, can I get climb? Maybe I need to do that. And now we can do VNav. There we go. I guess it was holding because it was only 19,000. Or at least that's what the waypoint had as a limitation. Okay, only a bit under 400 nautical miles to go. Saying it's 59 minutes to go. Let's see how much we gain by climbing. Hopefully quite a bit. Oh, there's some quite high clouds actually. But it shouldn't be any nasty clouds, right? Can't see anything with the weather radar at least, so... But it's on minus. Why is that? We are climbing, shouldn't it be tilting above, or am I... We can check for turbulence as well, but how do I change it? Because now it's definitely on auto. Yeah, we did all of this. And that. And yeah, that. So we're descent, I guess, is the next one. But yeah, where's the control for the... It must have been that one, right? Now we're getting the one that goes up. Oh, okay, but we're already passing that. I guess it was around 22 something. So yeah, nothing too interesting. We'll go back to auto. Fun to try though. Okay, now we have 54 minutes. The Mach increase has helped quite a bit. Not sure how fast we'll be though, up at 41,000. Feels like there's like some point where you know, you might be more fuel efficient, but you're not gonna be faster, but what do I know?
Malaysian 4003 heavy climb and maintain flight level 410.
Climb and maintain flight level 410.
Malaysian 4003 heavy contact Brisbane Centre on 125.7.
Center on 125.7. Malaysian 4003 heavy.
Okay, 125.7. Well, actually, let's put this one first, and then 125. No, sorry. There we go. Actually, a good way to have oneself control this. It adds a bit of a dimension to it. Of course, a bit annoying to have to watch down there and then do it, but gotta have the co-pilot.
Center, Malaysian 4003 heavy. Climbing to flight level 410.
Okay, now
Center
it's 49 minutes.
4003 heavy. Climbing to flight level 410.
Maybe it'll be around 38, if we're lucky, around 38 minutes.
Malaysian 4003 heavy, this is Brisbane Centre go.
There we have the top of climb. Top of descent is... Maybe there isn't one, because we don't really have stars, etc. selected. Let's check if there's any interesting news to share. Sim market, sales, anything good? Haven't checked the Explain store. Yeah, still some nice ones, Samsung, etc. Some have started disappearing now. I know the SXA sales stopped. Got 3 airports on that, so that was a pretty good haul. Let's check Explain store. I think since we didn't have the across the pond, we lost a lot of the sales. I'm hoping we get more for Black Friday, but let's see. Any good sales? No, it's the AKD Studios, the business jets. The 747-8, but I'm not sure if it's a good plane to get. It's the VMAX one. Or the SSG 747, I guess that's the one. It's not a bad looking one, I mean. But I don't fly the 747 that often, and the PMDG G1 is very nice. The funny part is that once you kind of bought a couple of these planes and tried them out, you start to kind of realize, you know, if you now start anew with a flight sim with all the kind of knowledge, which planes would you get? They would be much more. I would be much more conservative, I think. It's easy to say, of course. And then you know you get the itch to buy something new, but yeah. I guess it depends, to be honest. It depends on the level of simulation as well, right? You fly the aircraft that you trust, or at least I do. I should remove a bunch. I have a bunch of aircraft for P3D that I never kind of fly because, well, some freeware ones, right? And because you know, if you don't fly them, why have them? Okay, we're now down on 42 minutes. We're still seeing Mach increases. What is it, like 8.4 this one can do? We should be able to see it here on VNav. It's aiming for 8.27, so we're not going to see that many gains, unfortunately. Maybe we'll be climbing a bit faster. No, that's the climb. The cruise is, yeah, the cruise is also 8.27. Okay, good to know. Okay, now we're at 8.28. Well, this one 8.29. And now, yeah, down to 8.28. Seems like this is kind of the maxed cap that we're reaching. Okay, around 40 minutes to go. It's not too bad. Let's just ask for the altimeter for fun, see if that kickstarts the...
Malaysian 4003 Heavy say altimeter.
Malaysian for 003 Heavy QNH is 1019.
Okay, so the radio seems to be working.
QNH is 1019er. Malaysian 4003 Heavy.
Okay, we are up once again above land. And just continuing our journey towards Brisbane. Very sad I haven't flown into this area enough. I've generally not flown in Australia nearly as much as I would have wanted to.
003 Heavy contact Brisbane Centre on 130.1.
But it's a bit boring in the sense that you have like this,
Center on
all these airports are on the
130.1.
coast, right? So you can't do
Malaysian
too many interesting pair or
4003
routings in
Heavy.
that sense unless you have a lot of time. Okay, 130.1.
Center Malaysian 4003 Heavy. Climbing to flight level 410.
Malaysian 4003 Heavy,
Some
this is Brisbane Centre, go
discrepancies in
ahead.
value. I mean, we have failures on, right? So it could be good to always check a bit some of the systems, making sure we're not missing anything that would be really detrimental. Things are looking good though. Fuel wise, balanced, total fuel temp is looking good, almost at 41,000, so we're very high. Well, nothing compared to, I guess, the Concorde or fighter jets. Oh well, let's see. Climbing 41,000.
Velocity at 59, turn right, heading 130.
Right, 130, velocity at 59.
Qantas 858, when ready, descend to flight level 250. 50, when ready, Qantas 858. Melbourne, FedEx 6013.
We'll probably be switching airspaces and frequencies quite a bit, so that's a bit annoying because I can't really leave the computer, specifically during the cruise phase when things are quite chill in these new aircraft.
Malaysian 4003 heavy contact Brisbane Centre on 120.55.
Center on 120.55. Malaysian 4003 heavy.
5. Okay, next one. 120.55.
Center Malaysian 4003 heavy. Level at flight level 410.
Malaysian 4003 heavy, this is Brisbane Centre, go ahead.
I hope they give us a star. It's always nicer to fly those than putting all of our fate into the pilot to ADC. It can work, sometimes it doesn't.
Track direct to Fulton, then Alice, and descend to 8,000, QH1013.
Direct Fulton, that's Alice, 8000, 1013, Qantas 858.
Okay, let's see. Slowly moving towards our destination. Malaysian Airlines. I'm gonna check quickly. What's their current fleet? They have Airbuses, A350. They have 81 aircraft in total, and the fleet consists of 737-800, the MAX 8, and of course the NG, A330, 200, 300, and 900, and then some A350-900, and then some A330, 200F. Oh, and they retired their 777s due to the tainted reputation with those incidents. Which is, I guess, understandable. I wonder if it helped. We are slowly getting closer to our top of descent. Still 270 nautical miles to our destination, so we're getting there. 30 minutes remaining. Let me check. Biggest airline, Malaysia. Flag carrier of Malaysia. And wait, did Malaysia Airlines fly the A380? Let me see that. Former fleet. Yeah, they did have 6 of them. Retired in 22. So they got the A330neo instead, which I guess makes sense. That's a more modern frame or airframe. Okay. Can we see anything of the ground? Yeah, you can see a bit. You can see that it's photoreal. It's very low LOD though, so it's only good looking the higher up you are. Some variety in weather, that's always nice to see. One thing we can do though is prepare for the landing, and now we can do it in with good amount of time left, based on what we think will be the runway we will run at. Sorry, we will land at, and that's gonna be 01 right, and we can go to documents, 01 right. We'll do the ILS one. 1095. 220. I think that's the only thing we need to set, because it's probably gonna be quite similar. Let's try to get this down. 27, 26, 25, 23, 22, 20. There we go. We can put that in. Question is, do we have anything here on the nav radio? No, nothing. It's parked. So we don't know where we're landing. Or we know where we're landing, but we don't know how we're landing there in terms of which runway. This almost looks like volumetric clouds. Very interesting. And listen, now we're so high. Now we're not even that high up. There's still some land clouds just below us. We can see kind of the difference in the crispiness though, even though it looks worse We'll keep this view for the surroundings. But yeah, I kind of like this solution. It's very effective in the sense that you get the nice, you know, to see the country from afar, but then you get the crispiness down low. It's a very good kind of trade-off. We'll just follow this flap 30 and 125. That sounds like a good plan. One thing I need to get though is the Malaysia Airlines logo, so I can put that on the thumbnail. Do they have one? Yeah, they do seem to have one here. Save image, PNG. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Okay, let's see. 7.7. Yeah, okay, quality not the best.
Mitchell 22, contact center 133.0 with your top of the 10 point.
Let's check Avsim if there's anything interesting. Yeah, nothing interesting. Someone asking about Rex and how to change the moon color. God, so sad.
Malaysian 4003 Heavy, expect vectors to the ILS approach to runway 19 right at Brisbane International Airport. Contact Brisbane Centre on 127.2.
Interesting though about X-Plane. They have some nice discussions here.
Expect
Scenery
vectors
update,
to the
etc.
ILS approach to runway 19 right.
19 right, okay,
Center
different.
on 127.2. Malaysian 4003
ILS
heavy.
to 19 right, and we're expecting vectors. I'll put that in. Okay, and we are gonna get vectored in. Center on 127.2.
Center Malaysian
Okay, good.
4003
We're
heavy.
fast.
Level
We're
at
fast
flight
enough.
level 410.
Malaysian 4003 Heavy, this is Brisbane Centre, go ahead.
Center quarter 580, flight level 350.
Quarter 580, Centre.
Center, good day, Cafe 104, flight level 380.
But interesting, they're talking about the next gen scenery and that there is gonna be, with a focus on updating the underlying core architecture to be friendly to modern formats of scenery creation. It will be flexible for all types of creations. Okay, that's good. That's really good.
That was 935, level 4.
Quarter 935, today.
Okay, so hopefully they get something really nice for Expo in terms of the scenery department. But I mean, what would I want in terms of X-plane? I mean, in scenery department,
Malaysian
I think
4003 heavy contact Brisbane Centre on 122.6.
I think maybe a better model for. But I think the autogen
Center
is
on
loading better now and stuff.
122.6.
So
Malaysian
I don't really need that much more in
4003
terms
heavy.
of that. But of course, any kind of incremental improvements would be nice. Or if they're really able to get performance gains, which has been one of the major talking points. Okay, 1226.
Center Malaysian 4003 heavy. Level at flight level 410.
Are we gonna be allowed to
Malaysian
descend sooner or
4003
later?
heavy, this is Brisbane Centre, go ahead.
So we're quite high.
Malaysian 4003 heavy, descend and maintain flight level 330.
Descend and maintain flight level 330. Malaysian 4003 heavy.
What did they say now? Descend and maintain flight level 330. Okay, that's good. We can do a descent with 2000. And in order to maintain speed, I mean technically we should do it with Mach. I don't think we need to do too much faster than that. We can do 140. Or sorry, 140. 840.
Qatari 09 Alpha, flight level 370 TPDRC. Good afternoon. Qatari 09 Alpha,
Yeah, reading some interesting forum discussion about the flight factor 757-767. Most people seem to have a good experience with it, putting it just below PMDG level. I think it's a pretty high level actually. It's very nice to fly. I mean, we just did the 767 in X-plane, right? And that was a lot of fun. Let's do this to 827. That I think makes most sense. And a new version was released on Tuesday for X-plane. And what does that one? I missed this. Fix the crash when using the simulator while time switches from summer to winter. Just minor fixes, it seems. But yeah, I think X-plane is coming along very nicely. What they would really need, and this is just my feeling, is one big developer that comes in and like has a nice lineup of different aircraft. Someone that would replace any builds, to be frank. If they get that, then I would feel more comfortable about the Sims future. I just think it will be hard for new people to get into it when you know you have Microsoft Flight Sim that has like basically every aircraft available and at simulator level or almost at it. I mean, we're not there yet, so maybe I'm just, you know, banging the drums unnecessarily, but yeah.
Malaysian 4003
Still
heavy
for the
descend
real.
and maintain flight level
The funny part is I don't
250.
have it for all of Australia though, so it ends,
Descend
is it
and maintain
Queensland?
flight
But it goes a
level
bit into it.
250.
So let's see.
Malaysian 4003 heavy.
250, we're just continuing to descend. Are we descending a bit early or? Yeah, I mean it's still 140 nautical miles, so I guess better to descend now than not descend. Maybe what we can do is actually bring up the speed again. We do have enough fuel for that, and I don't think the weather is bad enough at Brisbane. No, it looks pretty good, variable at 6 knots, so we shouldn't expect to do a go around. There's a B52 coming to Microsoft Flight Sim, and there was a comment about a guy commented that he would want to see a B58, and I looked that up because I haven't really checked it. But this is a cool plane. Look at this one. God damn. Very kind of interesting looking. When was it used? Oh, 14-year period. Let me see why it was. Because I guess the B... Did it come in to replace... Designed to replace the Boeing B-47 sub Stratojet. Also a very cool one. But that one survived quite a long time as well. The B-58 became notorious for its sonic boom heard on the ground by the public as it passed overhead in supersonic flight. That's cool. But it was expensive to operate compared to like the B-52. I think the B-52, it's a beautiful one, I would say. Very interesting. I think that one is still in use, right? Let me see, B-52 FSX, I think Captain Sim has one, right? And that might work in P3D. I've been thinking about getting it, but haven't just pulled the trigger. I think I'm gonna wait till the winter sales, and then I'll get the B-52 driver and the space shuttle, because I think those should work in P3D version 5. I'm also waiting for the 707 to get updated by my friend who updated the 727, which I need to show you because now it actually has INS, which is pretty cool. Let me see. Okay, it's dropped down a bit. Let me force it up. I want to keep it on Mach. Okay, about 40 minutes to go, 190 nautical miles. 250 we're descending. Okay, maybe that's a bit too much Mach. Can keep it a bit lower. Yeah, 744 of the B-52s were built between 52 and 62. So this is an old aircraft, which has outlived a lot of them. Superior performance at high subsonic speeds, relatively low operating costs have kept it in service despite the introduction of more advanced strategic bombers such as the Mach 2 B-58 Hustler, Rockwell B, but this one is still in use, right?
Descend and maintain flight level 170.
Yeah, you have that one, then the
Malaysian
B2, which is pretty cool.
4003 heavy.
Yeah, very interesting. Okay, what did they want us to descend? 1... And I'm gonna bring the Mach down quite a bit. So we're not gonna be able to operate with the same. It might actually be better to use knots now. 310 knots I think will do fine. We can descend a bit slower, I think I put that to 1, we can do 2,000 feet per minute. Yeah, the Convair Hustler looked great actually. Let me check B58 P3D. I don't think there's anything for it. Yeah, it's the Baron. B58 Convair. I mean, these kind of panels, I mean, even though they do a good job on the exterior, I don't think but I mean, if you really like the aircraft, then definitely. Let me see for the X-plane. It seems to be kind of the same quality actually. Might even be an FSX. Interesting though, it has used to be a payware one, but I mean, must be a really old payware. Yeah, this is like 2015. Okay, so we're descending, we're waiting for vectoring. Have we gotten any handover? Nothing as of yet. We still have 96 nautical miles to go. We can actually, I'm gonna push this one a bit more in terms of speed. We have so much so much extra time, to be honest. Let me check the recording as well. We are at almost 2 hours. This is gonna be a long recording. It's been a while since I did this kind of a long recording going in one go. Okay, well it was 19 right. Right, yeah. Let's see. 1093 at 196. I'm gonna check the nav radio here. 1093 at 196. Good. Anything else we need to think about? 22, yeah, same. Yeah, anything? What's the altitude of this? It must be pretty low, right? Elevation 13. Yeah. That'll be fine. I don't think there's anything for us to worry about. We can go to the checklist. We should done recall notes. We'll do auto brake 3. Feels safe. Approach briefing complete. Or maybe 2 is fine. Altimeters, we don't know the altimeters yet. I guess they use transition altitude here, right? Or is it the US system of 18,000? Let me check. I always forget Australia transition altitude. 10,000 feet. Okay, cool. Different.
Descend and maintain 9,000 feet.
9,000?
QNH is 1017. Descend and maintain
10.
9,000 feet. Malaysian 4003 Heavy.
No handover, descend 9,000 feet. Okay. We can bring the speed down a bit. And this next waypoint we should be we're very low. We're actually now kind of nicely ready in advance. Still 75 nautical miles to go, so we're getting there, but we're at least not behind anything. The clouds are broken at 2,500 feet, so something to be aware of. Look at this beauty. It's a very beautiful aircraft, especially from the front. I think it just looks very proportionate. And I guess the 777X will be the largest aircraft after the A380 and the 747. Some point retire, right? Or are taken out of service. Let's see how long they last though. I do hope to fly on the A380 at some point. My wife has, but I have never. At least not thus far. Okay, Comol, Lagob, BN, CF19 route. Let's see. 10,000 feet coming up. We have the altimeter ready. We need to switch the lights. I think it's time to ask the seatbelt signs to be put on again, or maybe they were already. I don't know. Maybe we never removed them. Ah, now it worked. That's nice that they're tied together. Anything else we need to do? Not that I can think of. We just continue and hope we get the vectoring. "60 nautical miles to go to the airport, so it's not long." Hey, look at that. That was some nasty weather, right? Didn't we see that? That was the CB one, right? Let's see if we can get it to display again. No, okay, green. Some yellow. Could be that we've descended too much now. Sucks though that we... I mean, I do like to see clouds, but more in X-Plane than in P3D, and I do have the nice cityscape, right? So it would be cool to see all of that, but you know, you can't always get what you want, right? Okay, 10,000 coming up. In order to make sure we are ready, we'll do the landing. Lights. We'll slow down a bit. Apart from the landing lights, we'll go to the right barrow. We'll start slowing down to 50 knots. 50 nautical miles, so still quite a bit to go. I guess we should have descended a bit slower, to be honest. But okay, not too bad. We're soon gonna pass 10,000 feet. Gonna slow down our vertical descent a bit so we can catch up with the speed. Yeah, come on. Come on. Lights are on. We have the barometric set correctly. We can start descending a bit more again. Okay, maybe we're a bit too fast still, but that's fine, I guess. Oh, some Fokkers. Those would be nice to see. Maybe there were some at Sydney, I didn't check. Altimeter is set, normal, and now we have speed brake, landing gear and flaps.
Malaysian
We can arm speed brake. I don't think we'll have a problem with that. 6,500
Descend and
feet.
maintain 6,500
Since the weather
feet.
won't be a problem, I'll switch
Malaysian
the...
4003
So we'll have
heavy.
terrain. And the flight officer will have the weather radar. 6,500 feet, let's do that. Still about 8 minutes to go. Cabin is ready. I don't think you can hear anything though. We haven't gotten any other frequencies yet. There's a radio. We're still above the cloud layer, that's a bit surprising. We'll soon be in it, I think, but still above it. Very nice with the... Is this Stratus Cirrus? I never know with the high altitude cloud types. But at Lagab we should be at 13,000, so I mean we are we, we, are, we, 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 I haven't actually checked if there's anything to be careful with. Nah, I mean, nothing close by. 1000. I guess these are towers, right? Yeah, 19, right. Let's keep that one. What's the missed approach? Track 196. So that's the same one at BB Zulu NH. Do an outbound. Out below 500 feet, turn right, track 226. Climb to 4000 or as directed by ATC. Okay. I'm gonna...
Malaysian 4003 heavy turn right to heading 350 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 19 right at Brisbane International Airport descend
Turn
and maintain
right.
3000 feet QNH is 1017. At Brisbane International Airport contact Brisbane approach on 125.6.
Okay. Descend and maintain 3000 feet.
Turn right to heading 350 vectors
Can do
to
that,
the
I think.
ILS approach for runway 19 right descend and maintain 3000 feet.
And we're seeing the ground
QNH
here.
is 1017.
Now
approach
it's
on
back to land class though.
125.6. Malaysian 4003 heavy.
We are descending. Let's do 1000 again. We want to be in front of the aircraft and not fall behind it. Any specific speeds take into account 240 at the CF1. Then 170. So we'll slow down soon enough. But no mega rush, as of yet at least. Let me see, airplane order news. Always nice to see if there's been any new. So Vietnam Airlines Vietjet orders 100 Airbus jets. And they are ordering A321neo jets. And some more. And some more Trent 7000 engines for their A330neo. Okay, that's cool. Oh no, and Boeing pushes the 777X jet deliveries to 2027. Jesus Christ, that's being pushed. And they're being hit by penalties. That must be related to maybe clauses. Late delivery penalties. God, that has been a failure of an aircraft in terms of the commercial aspects. And now you can see we have the land class 1. Not the best looking, but it is more crisp. But yeah, the best one is kind of True Earth or Good Ortho from any other source, to be honest. Let's see, is it just gonna be a turn maybe? So that's gonna be nice, pretty quick. Some islands here. It's interesting though, cause but I guess this is kind of just in between, so this might not be any cityscape at all. This is just regional land class or Australian land class. Not sure if Australia's here counts as kind of regional land class, aka similar to the one I got for Pacific Northwest, or if it counts more as kind of Europe, which is not as good. I don't know actually. Considering the size of Australia, I would assume maybe it's just normal land class, or normal, but the continental one that they have for North America and South America, etc. Oh, we lost vision. Let's check our wipers. At least they work, but yeah, no rain effects on them. Bit of a bummer. Okay, about 4 minutes remaining. I've never landed at Brisbane. I bought this airport a long time ago. but I've never, I think, done a flight to it. I need to do more flights. That one and the Gold Coast Airport, those are some cool ones. And you have some nice, it's kind of beautiful cityscape scenery. We won't be able to see them now, I think, because we're not really seeing anything. But yeah, let's see. Let's just keep the normal one, I think. We'll slow down to 245. Just starting to get ready now for the landing. Nothing to be worried about. Let's zoom out a bit. Check the terrain, but there's nothing we have missed. Doesn't look like there's anything. Ah, news. Sagrada Familia in Barcelona is now the highest church in the world. Wow. It's been being built since 1882. It's supposed to be ready at 2026. Oh, but the building, and then you have the sculptures. That's 2034. Jesus Christ, that's a long time. But I guess it's gonna be a nice tourist attraction. Pa-pa. Still nothing. Approach. God damn it, we forgot. God damn it, that's my problem. Jesus Christ, sorry people.
Approach Malaysian 4003 Heavy, level at 3,000 feet.
Malaysian 4003 Heavy, this is Brisbane approach, go ahead. Malaysian 4003 Heavy, turn left to heading 340.
Okay, good. I'm gonna slow down a bit.
340 Malaysian 4003 Heavy.
Of course, the only radio one I missed, the frequency change, is the most important one. Well, I guess the tower one is gonna be very important, but the approach handover is an important one.
Malaysian for
Let's do the lights.
Turn left to heading 285.
285.
Turn left to heading 285 Malaysian 4003 Heavy.
I think though we were kind of at the good time to reach out to the approach controller. We should hopefully soon get the clearance to go for the 19 right. Because they've been saying 19 right now, so I do hope that's the one we're getting. If they decide to change now, that's gonna be a bit of a bummer. Yeah, we still can't see anything, so that's a bit annoying.
Fly India Tango, resume our navigation, cleared at direct archer field, descend at 4.
Speed brake is on, passenger signs on, auto brake on 2. That's good. We have everything set. We're just waiting. We're gonna lower that one and be ready. We can see the diamonds now showing up. Come on. Come on. Provide us with fly heading
Malaysian
225.
for 003 Heavy, you are 16 nautical miles northeast of the airport. Fly heading 225 to intercept final. Cleared for ILS approach to runway
I'm gonna put it to
19 right.
LNAV.
Contact Brisbane Tower on
Gonna arm approach.
118.0.
Fly heading
118.0.
225. Cleared for ILS approach to runway 19 right. Tower on 118.0, Malaysian 4003 Heavy.
Okay.
Tower Malaysian 4003 Heavy, inbound for ILS approach runway 19 right.
Okay, let's start slowing down a lot.
Malaysian 4003 Heavy, good morning. Continue ILS to runway 01 right, call when established on final.
Okay, we'll call when established on final.
Continue ILS runway 01 right. Will call when established on final Malaysian 4003 Heavy.
There we go, getting that auto troll disconnected. That's what we want. We're slowing down. The localizer, we should capture it soon enough. I'm gonna go flaps 1 and flaps 5. About 13 nautical miles till we land. Gonna add a bit of thrust. Might be time though to drop the landing gear as well. Look at this, we can't really see anything. Cool. I like that. Let's go flaps 10. Okay, so landing gears and then flaps 30. And then we have that checklist completed. I'm gonna slow down, increase the throttle a bit. Okay, let's see, are we slowing down or are we speeding up rather? We need to be a bit slower. Okay, it's being slowly getting there. There must be fog. I mean, that must be the case, right? That's why we can't see anything. Let's go flaps full. So 25 and 30. What was it? 125. Yeah, 125. Look at that, cool with the ship pretty close. Yeah, we won't see anything of the cityscape, so we can just forget about that hope. We have the landing checklist complete, so we can go normal, and I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna add a bit of thrust to make sure we don't go too slow already. And yeah, look at this beauty, coming in for the landing in this foggy day. I think we can take over manual control. My controls. There we go. Still descending, still looking good. Haven't changed anything yet, but I'm gonna slow down a bit. Still maintaining glide slope, and the localizer we're losing a bit, so I'm gonna turn a bit to the left. You can see some of the tall buildings there far away. I think that might be cityscape for Brisbane, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we are getting a bit out of sync with the localizer, so just gonna move a bit to the right, but not too much. Wonderful plane to control the PMDG 777. We have some traffic, but not sure Maybe they're landing kind of in our opposite direction. Wouldn't surprise me, you know. Okay, we are a bit too high. We need to increase our descent rate a bit. Not good. I would rather have it the other way. Let's see. Yeah, we can try. Still looking stabilized, I would say. Maybe with a question mark on the glide slope. This is no taxiway. Continue. Look at that, we're gonna land at the same time with this other bird. 100, maybe we'll beat it. 50. Yeah, look at this. Let's add thrust reversers. Get that nose down.
003 heavy, be advised you may have landed on the wrong runway.
Wait, what? Clear for LS approach to runway 19er right. This is 19er right. And then they said continue to ILS 101 right. Well, God, okay. Pilot ADC, I did follow the right one. I think they just changed it at the end. Let's turn here. And we did not land at the wrong runway. You changed the rules. I need to have a look at that. Maybe I haven't, or maybe I have forgotten to change the settings there. But they did give me 19 right. And they did assign me for that. I don't know. I really don't know, actually, to be honest. Let's start the APU. That was a nice landing, though. I look forward to seeing the replay on that. Okay, let me check settings quickly in pilot to ADC. And that's about what? ADC ignores SID and star. No, that's not interesting. ADC 2. ADC assigns SID stars approaches. So why does it... let me see, approach procedure, is there anything there? No, I guess you can force it if you want, but that's about it. Malaysian 4003 heavy, ready to taxi.
Malaysian for 003 heavy, contact Brisbane ground on 122.25 for taxi clearance.
Yeah, maybe not that much trust is needed to get moving.
Ground on 122.25 for
Let's
taxi.
turn these
Malaysian
off and the strobe.
4003 heavy.
Malaysian 40. Oh, I forgot. They don't change. I need to do it the manual way. Sorry, that's the wrong one. There we go. Malaysian 4003 heavy, ready to taxi. Okay, let's just have the co-pilot do it. She's better than me at doing this.
Ground, Malaysian 4003 heavy, ready to taxi.
I need to slow down we had too much thrust. But yeah, we kind of landed at the furthest away runway. We took off from the one furthest away and we landed at the one furthest away, so that is what it is. Let's just go and park.
Malaysian 40.
Yeah, very boring approach in that sense that we kind of lost all the nice views. We didn't even get to see the airport when landing.
Charlie 1, Bravo, Charlie 2.
But okay, we can turn off the flight directors
Taxi
as well.
to gate 18 via Sierra 12, Sierra, Yankee, Whiskey 2, Whiskey,
We have
Charlie,
about 18
Charlie 1, Bravo, Charlie 2, Malaysian
pounds of fuel left.
4003 heavy.
And we were supposed to have around, well, 20.5. But that's without any kind of consideration of the approach. Okay, let's slow down. We're speeding a bit, but maybe it doesn't make too much difference. Will get us to our destination faster, aka the gate. No brake, so we can do the turn. And we are doing the turn nicely. Let's see if I do Malaysia with the flight factor 1. Would be nice considering I did KLM with the Captain Sim and the flight factor 1. Could be a new series. Back to backs. Might though, with this time it might be interrupted by other videos, because I might do with my virtual airlines some flights. Need to do a few Arrow Air cargo. Those are though a bit stressful because you have all these criteria to meet, so I'm not always too fond of recording them. Hey, is that the... That's the Fokkers. Meet the Fokkers. Yeah, looking pretty nice. Has here been a runway or some sort of, or is there a planned extension? Let me check. No, it looks like that in real life as well. How intriguing. There must have been a plan to extend, maybe it's like that for the future, right? So if they want another, this sort of platform, that could make sense. Easy solution. They want us to turn here and then turn right, we're just gonna go straight and then turn right. Feels a bit unnecessary to turn here, we don't see any other traffic. I think the APU is on now, so that's good. It's a beautiful plane, the 777. It's great to think that they don't have the X1 out. I mean, maybe they went too complicated with that, you know. Do they need to have thousands of packs in that one? Would it be sufficient if it could just compete with A350 and they got that out a couple of years sooner? I don't know, maybe. Oh no, now I instead turned too soon. Oh no, I actually turned at the correct one, but yeah, look at this taxiing. This looks silly. I'm just gonna park there, the first one. Let's get back on the yellow line. Try to immerse ourselves a bit at least. It was cool though how we did the landing and the other plane actually did a go around. So it kind of noticed that we were landing and that we had landed before it. I think it though did the go around before we even touched down, but I'm not sure about that. Can't really verify it either because the replay won't allow it. Or I guess I could watch the YouTube clip. Then you will be able to see. Okay, let's try to get on the center line. But yeah, beautiful airport. Maybe not as nice as Sydney. I mean, this is Orbex ones, and they are usually can be very nice. But I'm not sure. The Australian ones, the airports themselves seem a bit boring. But I mean, look at the cityscape there in the background and stuff. I mean, the surroundings are very, very nice. Not gonna lie. Okay, let's turn those. The people can run away. Let's check if that was actually, yeah, seatbelt sign was affected by that. So that's cool. And does the, or do the GSX ones work? Let me see. I'm gonna assume it works. No jetway can operate at this position. So maybe I would have to go closer. Nice Cathay Pacific A350. Sucks that we don't have any that sort of model in P3D. I think there's a TDS one, but nothing really that great. Let's open the front door. That should get the deboarding started. Seem to be pretty happy the packs though, so that's nice. I'll close pilot to ADC. Check our recording, still looking good. I'll close the door. I think now the board, still no. Did we fail anything? Engine shut down. There we go. And flight 236. moderately ahead of schedule. We'll take that. What we can do is then go and watch the replay. I will have to go further back for... might not be enough either. So we'll do 540, I think. No, that wasn't. 560 it will be. I think the approach was pretty decent actually. We had it playing kind of under control, even though, you know, the wind was affecting it a bit, but we were able to compensate for that quickly. We landed a bit after the main touchdown zone, but the landing was good. Maybe waited a bit too long to get the nose gear down, but apart from that, a very nice landing. Yeah, it sucks though that we didn't get to see the cityscape scenery. It's very nice, actually, the Brisbane one. And then, you know, we would have seen the Gold Coast one that we flew past. I think so, at least. I think that's what the Orbex covers. Maybe double check actually. Let me see. Orbex, Gold Coast, P3D, City Scene, Gold Coast. Yeah, they do seem to have that. Maybe not as nice, but you know, still pretty nice scenery. But yeah, I think that was it. Overall, great flight. The PMDG 777 is a good plane. It's a high standard to beat it, and I think it's probably even better now in Microsoft Flight Sim 24 and 20, I guess. But let's, yeah. Oh, look at that. We managed to shake hands with the A350. A peace treaty between Boeing and Airbus. Maybe that's the symbolism here. But yeah, no, next time, Flight Factor 777. Let's see how that one is. I have high expectations. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. For those of you who watched the whole video, thank you for watching 2 hours and 20 minutes of a lot of talking or monologues. And yeah, feel free to leave anything below. Questions, suggestions, comments. Political manifesto, I guess, will be fine as well. But with that said, thank you and bye bye.